Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day. In today's video I'm going to be showing you a really neat block, and I'm going to show it using two different size fabric options. To begin with, we're going to use the standard 4.5 by 2.5 and 2.5 inch squares that I like to use most of the time. For the purposes of this video, I'm using a lighter background and a darker high contrast color. You can use whatever color combinations work for you. As you know, I'm a scrap quilter, so I use what's been given to me or what I have on hand. So to begin with, what you need with version A is you need, in the background, you need two 2.5 inch squares, and then you need to have 4 2.5 by 4.5 inch potato chips. So that's your background. And then for the darker, you're going to need two 2.5 inch squares, and then you're going to need two 2.5 by 4.5 inch potato chips. You can substitute this with a 4.5 inch square if you want to. Again, because I'm using scraps, I'm going to be sewing these together. So step one, you guessed it, is I'm going to be joining these together with a nice even 1/4 inch seam. And with this being done, this should now measure 4.5 inches square. And again, you can use a pre-cut square at 4.5 inches in place of the potato chips if you prefer. So now, taking the background, these are the 2.5 by 4.5. You're going to add one on the top, and then we're going to add one on the bottom, just like that. So here's the first part of the block, and this should measure 4.5 by 8.5. I'm going to refer to this as the center part of the block also, so I'm just going to set that aside for a few minutes while we come up with the other components. So next, you're going to take the background 2.5, and you're going to join it with a 2.5 of your darker with a 1/4 inch seam. And once that's done, this is what it'll look like. So you need two of those. So with this now joined, we're going to take another one of the 2.5 by 4.5 backgrounds, and we're going to actually piece it together here. If you wanted to, you could substitute this with a 2.5 by 6.5. I'm trying to use up my standard sizes that I've already got pre-cut, so this is what works for me. If you do not have all the same fabric, it is a scrappy pattern, so go ahead and mix different ones together. So I now have these strips done, and they measure 2.5 by 8.5. Did I tell you how easy this block is going to be? Because we're almost done. So now, using the center part, we're actually going to take one of these that we just stripped sides. We're going to do it with the darker on the upper left hand corner, and then we'll take the other one and we'll do it on the opposite. What I did for pressing my seams, I pressed the lighter. I'm pressing to the light side. So on the sides here, they're going this way, and then on these, they're going to the center. I did try pressing to the dark side, but because it's quite bulky here, it wasn't laying as flat as I wanted. You could also press these open if you prefer. I like to press them to one side if I can. So this is the first version that I'm doing, and then I'll show you how to convert it to the second version. So here's version A, and it measures 8.5 unfinished. It'll be 8 inches once it's trimmed down or once it's sewn into your project. I'm just showing you how I press on the back. So again, I have them all going to the light side. On these two, they went to the light side as well. And this way I was able to nest them very well. So I'm really happy with that, how that one turned out. So the next block, what we're going to do is, it's actually going to be the same, but instead all of these will still be the same size that we start out with. You could use 1.5 by 2.5s here, and you could use a series of 1.5 by 2.5s here if you wanted to really mix it up. All I'm going to do is I'm going to use these 6 pieces the same size, which are 2.5 square and 2.5 by 4.5, and I'm going to be substituting the darker fabric. So let's get started. So for the second one, it will look the same except for it being a little scrappier. Once it's all done, it will measure the same at 8.5 unfinished. So we have the same amount of background, which is the 2.5 inch squares and 4 2.5 by 4.5 inch background potato chips. And then I have 12 1.5 by 2.5 inch mini chips. So what we're going to do is we're going to join these. We'll start in the center and we'll work our way out. So what I'll do is I'll take 2 of these and join them together and then press them so that they look like this. And then taking that, we're going to add 1 to each side like this. So again, this will now be 2.5 inches, and you can substitute this with a 2.5 inch square if you like. So I've joined together the 2 smaller chips, and now I'm going to add 1 on each side. We are working on the center part of the block. If I didn't make that clear, I apologize. So this center should now measure 2.5 by 4.5. And what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 more of these mini chips, and we're going to put 2 on the top like that. And then we're going to put 2 on the bottom. And if you've got multiples of the same fabric, this is a good opportunity to mix them up a little bit. So I will be doing a 1/4 inch seam here and there, and then adding along the top and the bottom like that. And once that is done, we will have a good base to do the last round. So now I have the center part of the block done. This should measure 4.5 by 4.5. I'm just showing you how I've pressed it to the side. This is where the bulky part goes because you have all those seams coming together. You may decide to press them open, but I leave that choice with you. And then we should have 4 leftover 1.5 2.5 inch chips, and we'll be joining these together in pairs. So 1 set over here, 1 set here. And again, you could substitute this with a 2.5 inch square if you wanted to. So we're going to be making 2 of these. And now we're ready to assemble this the same way we did with the other one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay these like this, and then we will add a 2.5 inch square on one side, and then take another of the 2.5 4.5 and add it to the bottom like that. So we're creating those 2 strips that we did in the other block. So I'll do that and I'll join you back here. With these 2 side pieces being done, I'll place them to the side for a few minutes, and then we're bringing our center block back, and we're going to add another 2.5 4.5 to each side, and that will bring us up to our 4.5 by 8.5. And just like before, we're now going to turn this and add the side pieces that we assembled earlier so that it looks like this. And again, because of my pressing, we're going to have nice seams to nest on here and here. So here is the second block. Again, it measures 8.5 inches unfinished or 8 inches finished. And then here is the first one that we did. So they do look similar. It's just this one has a little bit more variety because of all the little blocks on it. So next I'm going to show you how I'm going to lay these out. So I now have my blocks done. I've actually gone ahead and made 13 of them, and with 12 of them, I'm playing around with the layout. This is a sampler size. You can make it as large and as small as you like. These will be 8 inches once they're sewn into a quilt. So this is the one using the 1.5 by 2.5 inch mini chips. This is the one using the regular I call regular, which are 2.5 by 4.5. And then because I ran out of fabric and we're all about doing Scrappy, I actually had to piece some of the background together just for consistency. And once it's with the other blocks, you actually don't see all these seams. So I'm going to show you a few photo layouts of what I'm thinking of doing, and then I'll join you back here. Here's option 1, just using 12 of the squares and having them all facing the same way. And here's option 2, where every second row I've turned them the other way. And here's another option where I have, if you look where the little corners are, they're butting up to each other, so we have a secondary pattern, and you've got this cross design that's coming about. And here's another. These would all end up being a vertical format depending on how many blocks you use. This would be 24 by 32 without borders, but again, by adding more columns and rows, you can make this as large as you like. So I have one more idea, so just stay tuned while I show you that. Here's an example of an on-point design. It would be using 13 blocks. And if you see, all the corner pieces are all facing together. So it kind of gives it more of a scrappy look, and you also have this heart pattern starting to form. This would be about 35 by 35 by the time you put the inset stones, and then plus a border, which would make a cute baby size or lap quilt. And I have one other alternative, and I'll show that to you now. And this is my final layout idea. This is what I originally wanted to do, and I think I'll either do this one or the previous on point layout. What I'm trying to show you is that by taking a basic block and moving around, you can create so many different patterns and ideas which make them all custom to you. I'm going to carry on and make the insets that go here in the corner. Haven't quite decided on what color fabric to use. So I will be back here once I have that figured out and show you what we do next. So here's the layout that I've decided to go with, and it is on point. So we have one block here, we have 3, we have 5, 3, and 1. And to assemble them, it is quite easy. I'm going to do it in sections. So what I will do is I will do this first, then this, which will be the sides, 3 blocks, and then another side, and then the center, which will be the 5 blocks with the corners, and then this is the same as this, and this is one on its own. Hope that makes sense. The fabric I've decided to use is this, which is also a batik fabric. And what I was going to do is explain to you how I figure out the sizes for the corners. So for the corners, we need 4 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And what you need to do that is, I'll just print corners here, is we're going to take the block finish size, which is 8 inches, and we're going to divide it by 1.42, and then we're going to take that number and add 1 inch, and that came out to 6.63, and I've rounded it up to 6 3/4 inches. And we need, so what we need to do is we need 1 piece of fabric that is 6 3/4 inches square, and we're now going to cut it on the diagonal like this. And that is going to give us 2 corners. So we actually need, I'm wrong, we need two pieces of fabric that measure that square. And again, we cut it on the diagonal, and those will fit here, 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 and here. And then for the sides, which are, I'm going to call these B. For the sides, again, using a measurement, we're going to take the finished block size, which is 8 inches, and now we're going to multiply it by 1.42, and then we're going to add 1.5 inches, and that's for our seam allowances, and that came out to 12.86, and I've rounded that up to 13 inches. And for this, you're going to cut it from corner to corner like this. And what you will end up with are 4 wedges that look like that. And because we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we're going to need times 2 pieces of fabric at 13 inches square. So I hope that makes sense. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the B, which I just explained how to create it, and I will add it to the side of one of the blocks, with always with the dark facing up in the right hand corner, which you can see right here. And then I'll go ahead and join them in rows, and then I'll be done. I haven't quite decided what kind of border to do yet. This will be around 33.5 inches square, so I think I will be adding a little bit of a border. I unfortunately do not have the darker fabric to do these corners, which I really wanted to do, and I also wanted to try and find a darker for the sides, and I just don't have that in my stash, and I'm really not inclined to go out and buy any fabric. So if you want to take a quick picture of this, I will also include it in the video description, and I'll be right back to show you how it finishes up. Just a quick update to show you the sections. So this and these two are the same with one block. This has 3, this one has 3, and then you've got your 5 in the center. So now I'll go ahead and do the remaining seams to piece them all together, and then I'll show you what it looks like. So here it is all done. It isn't quite square, and it'll be about 34.5 by 33.5. I've decided I'm not going to add a border. I'm going to decorate it with a really nice flange binding, so please watch out for future postings of some of my finishes. So until next time, please like, share, comment. I always love to hear from you. If you decide to make this, I'd love to know what colors you do it in. So until next time, sew safely and sew with Debee. Have a great day, and bye for now.